Hello YouTube friends! Assalamualaikum! Welcome back to our channel. And for those of you who are new to our channel, please consider subscribing to our channel by clicking on the subscribe button below, and don't forget to lead up the notification bell so that you get all the latest updates whenever we post a new video. And don't forget also to like our videos.
And don't forget to comment, and also share all our videos that you have, or you have friends out there that you can that you know, then you can share with our videos.
Yeah. So this week we have
Ta-da! McDonald's McPepper Burger.
Whee! We're so excited, guys. Previously, it's called the Prosperity Burger.
Yeah.
Right. So
yeah.
it's a little bit longer.
Yeah. For the buns.
The bun and the patty as well.
Yeah.
Right, so the size of it is slightly longer, and they usually Prosperity Burger they served with curly fries. Yeah. But instead, this one we have the crinkle cut ones, which I'm so excited to try, see whether it's the same burger or not. Right?
Yeah.
So, without further ado, let's give it a go.
I think I want to have the fries first.
Jumpa makan semua.
See guys, the crinkle cut really crinkle. Oh, it's got crisscross cut, you know?
Crinkle cut.
Crinkle cut. It's not crisscross. It's not like crisscross cut. Okay. The taste is just like the curly fries. It's just that the pattern is different. Okay.
Oh, okay. Maybe because I haven't got to the middle part. Because I think, if I can remember correctly, for Prosperity Burger, the onions are overflowing, right? But this one, the onions are just in the middle bit. So that's why I was like thinking something is missing. Anyway, guys, today we are gonna be talking about fishing stories. How many of you guys out there who loves fishing? Raise up your hand. No, I'm not. I'm not one of those who likes fishing, but my dad and him, Andy loves fishing. And my dad as well. And I do have a few friends who actually do love fishing. So the first story actually came from a friend of mine, actually an ex-colleague lah. We used to work together when I was working in service line. When I was working in service line, right? So there's shifts. It's shift work. So in the evening, when we work in the evening shift, when we close, it's the end of the day, when we close the business, we would, those who has finished their, all of us are given certain tasks to do. Some cashiering, some to close the post machine, some to mop the floor, some to sweep the floor, some to tidy up the place, and then the kitchen crew will do their stuff. So some of us who had finished earlier, we will tend to sit around and wait for those who hasn't finished lah. So sometimes we will sit around and then we will talk about anything. So that particular day, that particular night, we were talking about ghost stories. I mean, it's pretty unusual to talk about ghost stories because usually the girls don't like it because it's pretty late at night. Because when we close the business, it's already like 10, near 11 already. So some of the girls, they don't like to listen to ghost stories. So that particular night, there's a lot of guys working on that shift. And I was the closing manager lah. So when we were sitting around, and then suddenly we were talking about ghost stories. And then this guy,
what you all to
I can't remember, it was a long time ago. But then we were suddenly talking about ghost stories. And then suddenly this colleague of mine, he was telling a story about when he went fishing a couple of nights ago, because he is a part-timer. To give a little bit of context, he's a part-timer, so he doesn't work every day. He works on certain days that he chose to work. He promised his friend to go fishing. And then so it was about 7 plus. So he was at home preparing his gear, and then he was waiting for his friend to call lah, because then he's living in the east, and the place that they have promised to meet to fish is at Tanah Merah. So when he was waiting for his friend to call, he was preparing his gear, and then like nearing 8 o'clock, his friend still haven't called. So he was like, what's wrong with this guy? So he just like, maybe I can give him a call lah. So he called his friend. When he called his friend said, I keep on going to the toilet. I stomach aches here from just now. I don't know that's why I haven't called you, because I don't know whether I want to go or not. So my friend was like, "Hiya, then like that you just stay home lah. Like the place that we want to go so very difficult to find toilet." So he was like, never mind. I just go on my own lah. Because he is quite brave lah, this particular friend of mine. I mean, he did went fishing on his own previously also. So he was like, okay lah, never mind, you stay at home lah. I just go on my own. And then after that, they put down the phone. So he was like, I mean, in his heart also he was cursing lah. He was like, damn it. Right? I mean, like he's supposed to have a friend to fish with. I mean, in any activity, so it's nice to have friends, right? To do the same activity as you. So he was like, okay lah, never mind, I go on my own. So he took his stuff. He is staying in the. Did I say he's staying in the east?
No. Yeah.
So the place that he is staying and Tanah Merah is pretty near. So he said he was just cycling to Tanah Merah. I'm like, whoa, it's not humanly accessible.
For those who doesn't live in Singapore, okay, or who doesn't know where is Tanah Merah is. Tanah Merah is very far off, but it's about near to the east side. But it is not very a place that people would like to go. That kind of place.
Yeah. Because the place in itself is pretty inaccessible. It's very hard to go. So he was cycling, and then he reached the place already. It took him a while to take out his gears, to put up his fishing rod and the line and things like that. So once he has put everything up, he has a small stool even, so he just like sit down there and just like wait lah for some action lah. So basically, so he was just sitting down there and waiting for fish to to eat his bait. And then suddenly he turned around. From the corner of his eyes, he actually saw an uncle on a motorbike, on a white, I think he mentioned white Vespa. So he was like, oh, okay lah, thank goodness at least there's some human being, to accompany him. And then he was, from the corner of his eyes he saw, and then he turned around, and then he turned back, he turned around, the uncle is already there.
Huh?
Yeah. He was already off his Vespa. Yeah. Like it was that fast.
Maybe uncle is the previous
Flash.
The Flash.
He was stunned. He was shocked. He was like, oh my god. Like I just turned around and he was coming in. Like how is it possible that he is there now standing behind him?
Okay.
So he was like, Cik, he actually said hello lah. In Malay we just call the person as uncle, right? So uncle, and then the uncle say, nak pancing, which means son, you are fishing. I mean, this is the thing about Asian. We like to state the obvious lah, okay. So he's like pancing, and then my friend said, yeah, pancing, yeah, fishing. Then he asked, gotten anything yet? And then my friend said, no, just arrived. I just arrived and I just cast my first line. So nothing yet. And then the uncle said, try not to be here for too long. Okay, in Malay he actually said, cuba jangan kat sini lama-lama sangat ya nak. Yeah, and he said, just for your safety, untuk keselamatan diri, jangan kat sini lama-lama ya nak. And then he was like, oh, yelah cik. Okay, meaning to say, the uncle actually said, son, try not to be here for too long. For your own safety, please leave this place as soon as possible. And then my friend was like, of course he was shocked lah by that kind of remarks, right? So he was like, oh, okay uncle, I will finish up soon lah. So, and then after that, as soon as he finished saying that, right, he turned around, the uncle is no longer there. Yeah, and he was like, okay. I mean, I'm not scared of anything else, but because of this uncle, I'm just gonna pack and go. He didn't even catch anything, guys. So he just packed everything, put everything on his bike, and then he leave. Yeah. So that's the story. I mean, like, I was so affected by this story that I remember. I mean, it has been so long, right, since I work as in the service line. But this story still resonates with me because I was so affected by this story.
If I were with the guy, I was like, okay, then just go.
Yeah, I think I would just cut my line and I didn't even like try to reel back in and reel back in. Insane.
Okay, for the second story for today is about the story of myself. It happened to me.
It's your own experience, you mean?
Yes, it happened to me, guys. Okay, as you all know, just now M. Sahri introduced you that my dad and myself, like, we love to do fishing. We don't care about the timing, whether it's morning, daytime, or even nighttime.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so what happened was that both my dad and myself, okay, we go to fishing this particular night. I think it was Saturday night. Okay, it was a Saturday. Yes, it was a Saturday night. Because on Friday night we don't go because Ayah will just come back home very late. So it's a Saturday night, guys. So when this thing happened was like, it's like I cannot forget this yeah, this experience. So what this thing happens when we went for fishing at night. I think it's after 10 p.m. and it's nearby West Coast area. If you all know where this place is, behind the we call it, I think, wholesale market.
It's like Pasir Panjang, guys.
Yes, and if you guys went before, I think back in the 90s, it's not what the wholesale market right now. It's very different. So that area was actually like a shore that we can actually do fishing. We had just behind the wholesale market. So what we did, okay, we went there, we do fishing. So until about somewhere around after midnight. Okay, this thing happened. So I was tired. So
I wasn't there. He just went with my dad.
Yeah, both of us, my dad and myself. So we went to.
Thank God.
So we start fishing, and then I get tired. I said to Dad, okay lah, maybe I don't know why is it that I'm so tired that day. So I told Dad, I said I want to go to the car lah. I want to rest. So I went into the car, and I wind down the window, and I suddenly, when I recline the seat, I just doze off, guys.
Gone.
Just like
Gone with the wind.
I just don't understand why I'm so tired today. I'm about to doze off, okay, and I just felt something like very sharp fingernails running through my cheek and all the way to my neck.
Is it really fingernails?
Yes. Okay, why I said I know it's a fingernails. Yeah, it's very sharp. Okay, it's very sharp. Why I said it's a fingernails, because I can because I was about to doze off. So in the midst of that, I opened my eyes a bit, and I saw like this kind of silhouette, but it's transparent. Okay, so that's why I know it's a fingernail. So this thing just run across the fingernails through my cheek and through my neck. So it hurt me a bit.
Did you pee in your pants?
No, of course not. I'm still a guy.
Guy doesn't mean cannot pee in pants, ma.
Okay, so anyway, it hurt me a bit, okay, but not until I bleed or something like that. So I quickly get up, and the thing just gone. Whoosh. So I quickly wind up the window, and I lock the door, and I slam the door, guys. Okay. To let you know, maybe if you've
Where is
forgotten,
the key, guys?
yeah, maybe you've forgotten. Back in the 90s, not like just modern days car, guys, whereby you need the transponder. Even though transponder is in the car, you won't be able to lock yourself out, right? But for those days, when you do that,
This is in the 90s,
90s,
right?
yeah. So we are still using keys, yeah. So we still need to open the key, the door with the keys. So the key is in the ignition. It's in the ignition. Luckily, the car was not on. Was not on. So
When I heard it, I was laughing.
So I ran over to my dad. I sit down beside him. I asked my dad, "Did you see something that went over to me?" And my dad said, "Yes, I saw." So my dad said, "Yes, I saw, but I never thought the thing would disturb you lah." My dad said like that. I said, "Oh, the thing disturbed me." Oh, okay, never mind. But did he hurt you? I said no. He just brush the fingernails through my cheek lah. I said, "Oh, okay." But I said, "Got one more problem, Dad."
The keys.
I said, "The key is in the car." Okay, just take the key out. No, I can't get it. I locked the door. I locked the door.
I was so scared I locked the door.
Yeah, I said I was panicked, so I locked the door when the key is inside. My dad was like, "What?" And we are in the middle of nowhere.
Ini kelakar seram, guys.
And in nowhere, and the key is in there. Is like disturbing my dad's time to do fishing lah. Definitely. So we lost about 2 hours to get the door open. My dad tries a lot of things using wires and everything, but alhamdulillah we get the thing out. I mean the lock.
It's a good thing people didn't report to police,
Yeah,
and police come in and, "Are you trying to break into a car?"
That was terrible.
Poor you. Dah lah jumpa hantu. Dah lah
Another
kena
problem.
kacau. Dia kacau diri dia sendiri lagi.
That was terrible, guys. I was like, oh my gosh.
So my third story is about this friend of mine who loves to fish at Kelong.
Oh,
Do you
okay.
know that you can fish at Kelong?
Yeah, I know.
I didn't know,
I know.
until my friend told me.
I know.
And I was like, oh, I thought Kelong is where you rear fish, right? For consumption. And then she said, no lah, people can go there and fish. You just rent a boat. Not rent a boat lah, get someone to send you over via boat to the Kelong. And then just tell the person what time to pick you up lah. Right, so apparently, usually she would do a day trip, but this particular Kelong, they actually provided rooms if you want to stay overnight.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't know.
I just know that it can be do fishing, but I didn't know that can stay overnight.
Yeah, I didn't know so.
I didn't know.
Until my friend told me. So I was like, because she's an avid fisher. Fisher?
Fisherman.
Fisherman. She's a girl, by the way. She's a girl, by the way, but she loves fishing.
Serious?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That particular day, she and her boyfriend. And then there's another couple. And then a single guy. Okay, so this is her party. Her friends lah, who go to the Kelong with her. So they reached the Kelong, I think it's about lunchtime or something like that, because they had lunch there. Before they fished, they had lunch first, she said. That's what I remembered. So she said the moment they reached the Kelong, they had lunch first at the Kelong. And then after that, they rest for a little bit. And then they start their fishing. Because they know that they're going to stay overnight there. So that's why they are taking their own sweet time lah. So they start fishing already. After the lunch, they rest and then they start fishing. So when they start fishing already, it was until quite late lah. So I think it's about 10-ish like that. Then after that, she was, all of them lah, they were like saying, okay lah, maybe let's retreat for the night lah. We kind of like tired already, right? So they all wash up and then they all went to their separate rooms lah. So she went to the room with her boyfriend. She's not Malay, she's not Muslim lah. She went to the rooms with to their room. her and her boyfriend. And then after that, the next room is the couple, her friend lah, the girl and the boy. And then the other room is the single man. Okay, so this is they retreat at about 10ish near 11, right? So at about midnight like that, so she was about to go to sleep. She was already washed up and she cleaned up herself. She was about to go to sleep. At about midnight, she heard at her door. So she was like thinking, my friend ah. And she's afraid that her friend
disturbing.
That something wrong, something happened or something like that lah. So she opened up the door. She opened up the door. No one. So she was like, shit, is it my imagination or what? And after that, she closed the door again. She closed the door. She was like brushing her hair. You know, this is girl stuff lah, huh? Brushing her hair, putting her stuff on, and after that, followed by Hui-Ling. And the only person who called her by her Chinese name is that girlfriend. The girlfriend who stayed next door with the boyfriend. Yeah. So she heard Hui-Ling. Because all of them call her by her English name, which is Linda. And then after that, she heard lah, Hui-Ling. And then she was like, again? But her boyfriend is already asleep lah. So she was like, how come my boyfriend also never here? Never mind lah, just open the door. She opened the door, shit, nobody again. Yeah, and then after that she closed the door. And then another time, Hui-Ling. Yeah, and then she was like, should I open the door or not? This is like the third time already. So she's like, she wake up her boyfriend. She was like, did you hear anything? Then the boyfriend was like, hear what? Apparently the boyfriend didn't hear anything. It's only her. Yeah, so she was like, okay, this is the third time. I'm not going to open up the door. Tomorrow I will ask my friend what happened. Then after that she just finish up her stuff. She go to sleep. And the whole entire night she keep on hearing, Hui-Ling. The whole entire night, guys. She kept on hearing it.
Just to disturb her lah.
Yeah. And then after that, the next morning, she asked her friend, did you actually like knock on my door? And the friend was like, I was already asleep lah. Knock on your door for what? So she was like, okay lah. So she know lah that you know that particular night she was being disturbed. So at about they take their breakfast at the Kelong, and then during, I think before lunch, they actually left the place. Yeah.
Okay, the last story of the day is about my dad's experience. So the story is from my dad. He went to fish with his friend. This time around it's with his friend, not with me. I didn't follow because I think it's a weekday. I think it's a Friday night or something like that.
Oh, my dad is a bit crazy, guys, when it comes to fishing. He can go anytime, anywhere.
Yeah. So what he did was that he went back home from work. Then he had dinner with us and everything. After that, he did some prayers and shower. I mean shower before the prayer lah, definitely. Then after that, he get ready. He went to fishing with his friend. He met his friend at Tuas area, whereby is way back in the 90s. I think is still a plot of empty land.
It's barren, guys.
Yeah, so it's a plot of empty land. I think it's a reclaimed land. Okay, it's actually a reclaimed land. And
I remember we played tennis there.
Yeah, we do. And crazy. Okay, so anyway, it's between the shoreline whereby you can actually fishing there lah. So anyway, Tuas area was like, it's a very open sea, so you can definitely get a big fish, right? So that particular night is very quiet night, I can say. Dad told us. So when they cast out the fishing line, so they just sit down while waiting for the fish to eat a bit. So anyway, suddenly his friend told my dad, "Wah bang, ni hari kita ada kawan lah bang." Out of a sudden, suddenly,
If you guys
nowhere.
Okay,
yeah.
sorry. If you guys think that I lack reaction for this story, it's because I already know the story.
Yeah. My dad says just, "Oh really? Who?" Then my dad just turned, and yeah, definitely my dad also saw that guy. But the funny thing is that he doesn't have any transport. He doesn't come with any transport. And if he walks, definitely my dad or his friend would know, because we can hear, because that reclaimed land is all sand, right? And this sand is not those like muddy sand. Muddy sand you cannot hear if sometimes people walk, right? This is very sandy, like those grains, and definitely you can hear like if people were to walk. So my dad was like curious, like, how come like there's a guy down there when we didn't hear.
He was just sitting there, right?
Just sitting there. And
all of a sudden, suddenly got one guy sitting down there.
And I don't think people would want to walk, because when you drive inside to the shoreline, I think for driving at 40 to 50 kilometers per hour, you need about 10 minutes drive, right? 10 minutes drive. So I don't think people would want to walk all the way in.
I think the nearest bus station is quite far, right?
It's very far. So anyway, my dad just keep looking at this guy, and even his friend look at this guy, and what this guy did.
I know.
Okay. So he just stand up and went to the shoreline and dived in.
Yeah.
So my dad and his friend thought, is this guy committing suicide?
Yeah.
So they almost wanted to go over to the place where the guy.
I think it's his friend. His friend was the one who wanted to approach.
Wanted to approach. Then my dad said, "Hey, wait."
Our dad was the one who stopped him.
Yeah. No. Wait. Then the thing come up again. Come up from the shore, from the sea, and dive in again. You see, guys.
Like a bloody mermaid, guys.
Yeah. The thing is that those places is not those like you go to East Coast whereby when you dive in it's so all sand.
Yeah, it's not
all the way inside the sea. No, it's all those rocky.
The sea bank is it's all made of rocks, right?
So definitely it's not a human lah. Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, right? I think if you dive in, you will hit your head first.
Definitely, yeah. So even though it's a very deep sea, the first thing that you will hit your head is always the rocks. Okay.
Yeah.
So that thing, I don't know what thing. He did a few times. So my dad said, "Hey, tercabut lah."
Yeah.
In English means, I think we better go lah. I said. Then my dad wrap up with his friend, wrap up, and left the place.
And at this point, you think that they will go home? No, guys. They find another place to fish.
Yeah, they find another place to fish, guys.
Melampau orang-orang yang.
So what do you think, guys? If you are my dad, would you go home or would you continue to go in a different place?
So that's the end of the story that we have for you this week, and we are just left with one little cute baby McPepper here.
With a bit of the fries, crisscross fries.
Yeah. Okay, so is it the same as Prosperity Burger? I would say that the taste is slightly different, don't you think?
Different? Perhaps. For me, I feel like this is a little bit more spicy than the original ones.
Is it?
Yes.
I feel like the bun plays a big role, because I think this one they use the cheeseburger bun, right? So it's a little bit different than the Prosperity Burger bun.
True.
And I don't know, maybe psychologically, I feel like it tastes a little bit different. I mean, the taste is there, but different. Yeah.
Same but different.
Yeah, same but different. So that's all that we have for you this week. If you like this kind of content that we have for you on our channel, please remember to subscribe to our channel. Hit the subscribe button so that you get all the latest updates whenever we post a new video. And don't forget to like our videos.
So don't forget to comment if you have tried this burger for this season. Maybe you can leave a comment on how you feel like about this burger. And don't forget to share our video. And we'd like to thank you for whoever that have subscribed to our channel. And share again with whoever that you know about this video.
Yeah, we'll see you again next week, guys. Stay safe. Bye. Assalamualaikum.